towards the economy.
Okay, we're back with more breaking news. A new Wall Street Journal NBC poll out just in. Ben Carson has overtaken Donald Trump in the lead. You're looking right at it. These are the numbers. Ben Carson surging to the lead here, getting support of 29% of GOP primary voters, and that is the highest percentage for any GOP candidate so far with this particular survey. Carson at 29, Trump at 23, Rubio at 11, Ted Cruz at 10, and Jeb Bush, although he was once at 22% at this poll, at 8% perhaps still in it. Carly Fiorina, Kasich, Huckabee, Christie, all at 3%, Rand Paul at 2%. Mark, Tammy, Mercedes are back with us. Mercedes, what do you think this means for, let's say, Rubio and Cruz? Because both of them are 44. Both of them had great debates, I think. Well, I think Cruz had a better one, but the media gave it to Rubio. And they both seem to have momentum and beneath the radar, which sometimes works for you.
Well, I agree. I think that, again, we're starting to see that now they've broken through into these double digits, which has been, I think, key for both of them. It shows that at this point, they're the candidates that seem to be getting the support that they need. Obviously, these debates were very important for both of them in terms of how they performed and being able to, again, be viewed from especially from the establishment side, who can we support that's the insider type. But again, when you look at Ben Carson and Trump, the numbers are still showing that over 50% are, what do they want? An outsider. So this is, again, going to be fluid way until January. But I think that at this point, Rubio and Cruz, this is good news for them from a national level.
All right, so Mark, what do you think happens now? Tomorrow morning and tonight, all of the campaigns, they gather together. Yeah, you don't like polls, you like polls. When this comes out, it's a shocker. What are we going to see tomorrow morning?
Well, what we're going to see is positioning. I think what's happening is, as fluid as this race is, I think now we're seeing a trend where the four top candidates are starting to emerge. We are only 90 days, Charles, from the first votes in this race. 90 days. And who would have ever thought that 2 out of 3 GOP voters supports an outsider with Trump and Carson and Cruz and Fiorina? Who would have ever thought that? So we're only 90 days out. These campaigns are going to start positioning. Rubio is going to say, I am the choice that can tie together all the factions of the party. Trump is going to say, look, I'm the reason why the outsiders are supported in this race so far, because I'm the guy who is waking the sleeping giants among the silent majority since June 16th. So we're going to see some shifting. We're going to see some, but I'm telling you, we are starting to see some gel here, and Rubio is going to be the establishment choice, and the other guys are going to duke it out as the outsider.
I think you're right. Of course, Rubio getting that Paul Singer endorsement and money over the weekend. Here's the thing, too, Tammy. And again, I want to get back to Carson because he is number one. And I think every time he's done well in the last week, it feels like the media says Carson's number one. And then later on today, we saw Donald Trump walk his dog. Yeah. It feels like we've ignored almost everything about this guy. But two things about him that stood out from the very beginning: second choice and favorability. Yeah. I think those are aces in the hole for him.
Favorability is huge. I disagree that this is gelling. I think that they're still in the 20 percentage points. The two who've received nominations at this point in a year before was Al Gore at 62% and Ronald Reagan when he had 48%, not 29. So this is still early. Ben Carson is what America's telling everyone about Ben Carson is that we want somebody who is, yes, politically incorrect. Yes, he says the truth. It might be unappealing to the liberals, but we don't care. That's a signal for every other candidate that you can be honest and be true to your principles, and that's what matters. In the end, Ben Carson will have, I think, a role in the cabinet. He will not be the nominee, but it's a reminder to the American people. Look at the talent, look at the breadth of the interesting men and women that represent the conservative ideal, and you're safe with this.
Guys, we got to take a break here, but I want to let the audience know we're going to comb through these numbers even deeper because this is huge. Big news, big moves, and I think we're starting to come to a finality here, guys. You're right. We've got the top 4 or 5 candidates, and we're turning the bend. We'll be right back.